Well, asswipes, it's been a while. Yes, Dusty Lutz is back to do another broadcast. Holy shit. It's mid-2018. The Brewers are taking on the Miami Marlins here in this monstrosity of a ballpark on the Brewers radio network. Get the hell out of here! Well, Jared Cozart will take the mound for the Marlins. In his 19th start of the season, he comes in with a 6-2 record and a 3.31 earned run average, and just over 100 innings pitched on the mound. He's had some control issues with over 60 walks, so we should be able to kick the shit out of him as Dusty Lutz will step in. He's had a heck of a season so far, stepping in, batting .348 on the day with 15 home runs. He's been pretty productive out of the leadoff spot, and the first pitch here in this shithole of the ballpark is a strike, and it's 0-1, and this game is underway. Cozart working quickly. It is 0-1. Here's the pitch, and Lutz lines one into left field, and that's a leadoff single. Just 2 pitches in that at-bat for Lutz, and he deposited the first hit of the ball game into left. I don't know who's playing in left field for the Marlins, and I'm not sure I really care. As you look at the replay, solid swing by the now 25-year-old legend in his own mind. And here comes the best player in the major leagues this season. It is Craig Reglan, batting second in this high-powered Brewer lineup as he looks at a curveball for a strike. You see the numbers. He's coming in hitting .413 with 49 big flies and 95 ribeyes. This team has a lot of power, but not a lot of speed. Eric Young Jr. leading the team in that category as he looks at a curveball low, just misses below the knees, and it's 1-1. On the aforementioned Craig Reglan, the now 41-year-old, since it's 2018. We can do math here. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and he sends it on the ground on the right field line and foul. Behind in the count 1-2. That was a good changeup, and it would have been a strike either way from Cozart. From the stretch, here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's a fastball inside. It backs Reglan off the plate. Almost gave them 41-year-old knees a workout. Count is back to even at 2. You don't want to be in the same condition as a lot of journeymen at the BDE. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and he sends it in the air behind third and into shallow left. I don't know who made that catch, but it was fairly routine, I guess you could say. So Reglan's the first out, and he was way behind that fastball. And now here is the starting lineup for the Crew. It's Lutz, Reglan, you saw him. Roy Bag, Chris Bryant, the newly acquired Jello, Orlando Arcia, and Jimmy Nelson will round out the lineup for Milwaukee. Milwaukee, as Henry Aaron says. Roy Bag stands in, having a Hall of Fame type season. With Lutz at first, and the first pitch is a curveball that he went golfing at. Quickly behind 0-1, that's JT Realmuto playing backstop for the Marlins this evening, afternoon, whatever fucking time of the day it is. 0-1 pitch is lofted in the air. This is fairly shallow. This one might drop. A long run from Christian Yelich, and he makes the catch in shallow center field for out number 2. And now the National League RBI leader, in fact, he leads the entire Major League in RBIs. It's Chris Bryant with an even 100 so far through 90 games and change. Just 9 pitches so far here in the inning from Cozart. And the first pitch is a cut fastball that catches the outside corner for a strike. And as you can see on your screen, Chris Bryant is entering this game with an 11-game hitting streak. I don't think he's going to challenge DiMaggio yet, or even Paul Molitor, or even Paul Bacco. He's behind in the count 0-2. Lutz is the man asleep at first. He hasn't moved much. Cozart ahead in the count. No score here in the top of the first in the 0-2 pitch. Bryant swings and misses, chases that breaking ball out of the strike zone. It got by Realmuto, but he made the throw to first to secure it. And that retires the side. Through a half inning here at this shithole, no score. Well, here's James Jordy Nelson taking the mound for his 19th start. His numbers are considerably better than Jared Cozart's. He comes in with a 13-3 record, just 2 no decisions this season, and a strikeout to walk ratio that is unheard of. 140 strikeouts to just 5 walks. His control has been outstanding as D. Jeff Gordon stands in. The reliable leadoff hitter for the Marlins. A speedster swings at the first pitch and sends it on the ground to Arcia at second, who fields and throws in time. Well, Gordon was busting it down the line like usual, but Arcia got the throw there in time, and Christian Yelich stands in for the first time, and he swings at the second pitch of the inning, and it's on the ground to Reichart, and he barely gets him out, barely stepped on the bag. He was limbering over there. He's got kind of a beer belly and got a little bit of exercise. But he made the play. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Can't get much more effective than that. And this cocksucker, Giancarlo Stanton, will stand in now. Not a big fan of this guy, the $300 million man, as he looks at a strike. You don't need a 3-pitch inning, so I've got to make James Jordy work a little bit. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Stanton, and it's a big whiff. Got a fresh breeze from that swing. McBride sets the sign, and he's hoping to strike this juiced-up cocksucker out. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Stanton sends it in the air. Brewers are playing a shift, but Lutz makes the catch in right, where he's comfortable. And the inning is over. A very quick inning. Through 1 here at Marlins Park. No score. No. Well, Jeffrey Allen Reichart will stand in. This is his 3rd or 4th game with the team. He came over in a trade that was pulled off after the All-Star break, in which the Brewers sent Tom Ha and 2 prospects to the Yankees for Jeffrey Allen Reichart and 2 prospects. He looks at a pitch inside from Cozart. This is actually his 2nd stint with the team. He played a little bit back in 2016. And the 1-0 pitch is lifted in the air to center. That's Yelich. Can of corn. Can of corn. As one Sterling Sharpley usually says at Brewer games, that he will no longer be attending this season. Disappointing. Take a look at the defensive lineup for the Marlins. It's Andy Dude at Burns at 3rd. That's the guy who made the catch last inning. And it's pretty much the same cast of baggers that we saw last season. Actually a playoff team last year. The Marlins are hovering around 50 wins at this point. 48 and 43 coming into this ball game. And Will McBride, the 2nd-year player, who's also having an outstanding year, will stand in for the first time. And look at a strike from Cozart. Every hitter in this Brewer offense is hitting over 300 except for Reichart. He was on the spank knees for a majority of this season as Cozart misses low. Take a look at the bottom of the screen there. Tom Ha is actually leading the American League in doubles. Well, he was leading the National League 3 days ago. Pitches high on McBride. It's 2-1. Cozart's not fucking around here. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And McBride sends it in the air to right. There's the juice bag Stanton to make the catch. Can't stand this asshole. 2 up, 2 down. So Terrell will stand in. Coming in hitting the clean 3-3-5. That's a good number to be at. He's a smooth brother out there. He's just 20 years old. He's a young chap. Cut fastball, catches the inside corner, apparently. He's looking gingerly back at the umpire. It's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch is sent in the air. 3 straight fly balls. Brewers they've been getting under a lot of pitches in this game, and that's D. Gordon make the catch in second, and that's the inning. Through 1.5 here at this dump, no score. If you can hear it in the background, ruffling a bag of Tostitos, so I guess this game is brought to you by Tostitos. They're pretty good. I don't have any Cheese Whiz to go with it, but you'll have that. Justin Boron stands in and looks at a strike from James Jordy Nelson's fastball. Just 5 pitches in the first for James. And the 0-1 pitch to Bohr is a swing and a miss. That one had a little cut to it. A little sinking action. Nelson working quickly as per. 0-2 pitch, and down goes Bohr on 3 pitches. He gone. Haven't said that in a while. In fact, it's been a while since I've done a broadcast in general. The last time I spoke to you guys, I think it was in spring training, some 3 to 5 months ago. There's the defensive lineup for the Crew. Bunch of Hall of Famers on that team. They're World Series bound unless the Freemasons say otherwise. Marcell Ozuna will stand in. I think he's playing right. No, he's playing left field today. That's Stanton in right. It's 0-1 on him. Nelson pumps the fastball by. Working quickly, does it again, and Ozuna sends one in the air to his counterpart, Braun. Looks like he lost it in the lighting there. I don't know what he was thinking, but he made the adjustment and made the catch. So they're 2 up and 2 down here, and the Marlins backstop JT Realmuto will stand in. And look at a strike. You can't get much more efficient than what Nelson has done so far in the first inning and 2/3. 11 pitches so far, and 2 straight strikes to Realmuto in this at-bat. Looking to strike him out or get him out in 3 pitches. Here's a sign from McBride in the 0-2 pitch, and he gone. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Nelson. He Ks Realmuto, and that ends the inning. 2 complete here from Miami. Miami, they fucking suck. No score. Well, here's Orlando Arcia. There's always a lot of controversy surrounding his name. Is it Arcia? Is it Arcia? Is it Arias? Is it Oswaldo Arcia? I don't know. I don't fucking know. As long as he produces at the plate, I guess it doesn't matter. He's taking Ned Yost's current number. He looks at the curveball low. It's 1-0. And Yuniesky Betancourt, another legend. This is another fly ball, another shallow fly ball. Juice Bake Stanton had to range over a little further than he wanted to. He had to burn off that cheeseburger. 1 down quickly here in the Brewers half the third as we take a look at the National League East Division standings. Not like we really give a flying fuck because we're going to win the World Series anyways, unless the Masons tell us otherwise. But they have plenty of time to discuss it at the Lodge. James Jordy Nelson will stand in for the first time. So that means he's 0 for 0. On the first pitch, he sends it on the ground to Bohr. And the first baseman steps on the bag. And that's going to go as a 3. 3 unassisted. Lineup turns over for the first time, and Dusty Lutz stands in. He has been pretty much the only offense in the game so far. Has the only hit on both sides, and he looks at a pitch high. Cozart's been efficient as well. Just 24 pitches through 2 2/3. 1-0 pitch to Lutz, not even close. 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes on Lutz. Brewers leadoff hitter, and he looks at another pitch outside. It's 3-0. I don't know if you want to face this guy on deck, Craig Breglin. He's really turned it around. I mean, he's had 2 productive seasons so far, but he's in his prime now. He's in his prime BDE time. 3-1 on Lutz as he looks at a gimme fastball. Cozart just wanted to pump one in there. And the 3-1 is lined up the middle for a base hit. A 2-out single for Lutz, and he owns the only 2 hits in this ball game for both sides. So there's going to be a runner at first with 2 down as we take a look at the team leaders in hits. Legend. That's all I see. Except for Arcia, he's kind of a bag, but Yeah, the rest of them are alright. Braun, too, he can lick it. He can lick the bag. Reglin's 0 for 1. He popped out back in the first behind third base, and that was Andy Duda Burns to make the catch. Here's a feeble throw over to first. Just checking to see if he's got a pulse over there, which he does. If he didn't, he wouldn't be doing this commentary right now, I guess. First pitch outside, not even close to Reglin. He's starting to get some respect around this league. Can't keep pumping fastballs over the middle of the plate to him. Otherwise he'll hit 49 home runs. Well, he did that time, but he got under it. Another pitch that the Brewers hitters have got under, and it's an easy fly out to Stanton, and that retires the side. So Burns, Echeverria, and Cozart, the 7, 8, 9, due up in the third. No score here from Miami.
Leading off for the Marlins, third baseman.
Well, here's the Marlins' third baseman, set to lead things off in his club's half of the third. James Jordy Nelson, as per usual, fires a strike on the first pitch, and it is 0-1. From the windup, and the 0-1 pitch misses high. A rare ball thrown in this ball game. And take a look in the crowd. There's a lot of morons in attendance. 1-1 pitch is a strike on a slider. Broke over the middle of the plate, but I don't think Burns was looking for that pitch, and it's 1-2. Winds and fires on 1-2, and it's on the ground to Arcia, who was raging to his right. Made the play, an off-balance throw to Reichardt's in time for out number 1, or numero uno, or numero eins, or whatever language you're watching it in. I'm sorry, but there's no SAP button to hit, so you can't hear me speaking any other language. Echeverria stands in and lines it foul. Some moron reaching over. I don't think that's Steve Bartman. There's the 0-1 pitch to Adeiny Echeverria. He's not even on the team anymore in real life. Behind in the count, 0-2. Here's the windup in the 0-2 pitch from Nelson, and he fouls it off. A defensive swing. That was a fastball in there at 96. So he can bring it. 0-2 pitch, and it's chopped on the ground. Down the third base line, Nelson comes off the mound to pick and fire and make a beautiful throw to Reichardt's at first for out number 2. So Jared Cozart will wind up. He will wind up the Brewer. Back! Damn it! Never mind. He's standing in for the first time. He's the number 9 hitter. Basically, the lineup will turn over after this bagger hits. Hopefully in the 4th inning. It's 0-1 on him. I don't think Nelson's too worried. Another feeble swing. It's 0-2 on Jared Cozart. Yeah, this Brewer pitching staff is stacked with talent at the major and minor league level. It's an organization that will be winning for years to come as Cozart sends the 0-2 pitch foul down the right field line. I'm sure some dumb cunt was scrolling on Facebook and she got hit. And the 0-2 pitch is a sinker that caught the strike zone, and he gone. Grab some pine, bitch. 3 complete. No score here from Miami. It's not Vasgersian, Reynolds, or Ballsack. It's Dusty Lutz you're listening to. And if it was those 3 Stooges, or if it were them 3 Stooges, I gotta talk better than this. And he probably wouldn't be listening. Even though there's no one watching the broadcast right now, I feel quite neglected. But that's alright. Fuck 'em. It's 1-0 on Ryan Braun. And it's a line out to third. That was Duda Burns to make the catch. That probably burned his glove. That was a scorcher right off the bat, a juice bag. Right into his moorings. He turned around in an inside cutter, it looked like, and yeah, he found a glove. As Chris Bryant stands in and looks at a strike. It's 0-1. Former Chicago Flub. He doesn't miss his days in Chi-Town. 0-1 pitch is popped up in the infield. That's Jeff Tasha Gordon under it to make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting.
It's been an unbelievably quick pace to this ball game. I mean, the Brewers are just getting under a lot of pitches that should have been deposited into the outfield, but if you're Jared Cozart, you're breathing a sigh of relief as Jeffrey Allen Reichart stands in and looks at a pitch inside. It's 1-0. Ball and no strikes delivering. Here it is, and it's line foul. That one almost took out Dale Swain coaching at first. That was a changeup right down the middle. If Reichardt would have adjusted to it a little better, that would have been gone. That was a shit pitch to swing at. A grounder to second. An easy play for Gordon to retire the side. I can't even keep up with this broadcast anymore. It's going so fast. 3.5 complete. No score from Miami. Oh, listen to this background music. Oh yeah, pump up the volume. Alright, here's Jeff Tasha Gordon standing in. And he swings at the first pitch. Does anyone know how to lay off a fucking pitch in this game? It's a fly out to Lutz and right. Oh, this guy is really bumping some garbage too. Christian Yelich is 0 for 1. I'm sorry, I was distracted by the background noise. And on the second pitch of the inning, it's sent to a similar location. Dusty Lutz is getting some workout. He's earning his $11 an hour. He made the catch. On number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Is it going to be a 3-pitch inning? I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, no, it's not. He whiffed at that slider. Brewers are playing the shift on this guy. It's 0-1. Oh, he sends it foul down the left field line, 0-2. And the Marlins are definitely in contention in the division. I don't think they're going to lock up the wild card spot with the Cubs. They've been hanging in there nicely though. Stanton strikes out on 3 pitches. He's been sucking it up through Favre. 0-0. You know, I really do want to talk about how this organization has developed since the last time I spoke to all you morons, which right now looks like nobody. But this is such a quick pace to the ball game, you can barely get it in, so you're just going to have to watch and come up with your own imagination, I guess. It's 0-1 on McBride. And that's 0-2 on McBride now. Dropped a good old Uncle Charlie in on him in the inside corner. I don't know why we needed to see a replay of that. It wasn't that great of a pitch. It's just slowing down the broadcast. It's 0-2. Here it is, and McBride sends it in the air. Shallow center field, and that's Gordon to make the catch. Ranging out towards straight center. It was straight in center field, but it was shallow. That's an easy out if you're a major leaguer. Darryl Terrell, the shortstop, stands in. He's 0 for 1. Just 2 hits in this game. Make it 3 as he lines a base hit up the middle to dead center field. 2 hits from Lutz and 1 from Darryl Terrell, and that's been the entire offense in this ball game. Normally, when you watch a broadcast of mine, you see a plethora of runs being scored. But there's still plenty of time to make that happen as Orlando Arcia stands in, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, and fuck, he sends one in the air to center. There's Yelich, and there's another easy out. Boy, this is getting repetitive, isn't it? 2 up and... well, not 2 up, 2 down, because Darryl Terrell got the base hit, but the number 9 hitter, Jimmy Nelson, will stand in. Terrell with decent speed at first. He's not much of a threat, though. Doesn't have many steals on the season as Nelson looks at a strike. That was a give-me fastball. 0-1. On the Brewers pitcher, who has been... you know, you can't really... I'm not going to jinx it. He sends one into right, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Terrell thought about moving to third, but decided against that. Retreats back to second, so now, for the first time in this game, there will be a runner in scoring position. And Dusty Lutz will stand in for the 3rd time. He's 2 for 2, so I guess if you put 2 and 2 together, it's a good opportunity if the Brewers are going to score a run here, since Lutz is 2 for 2. And by golly, I'm right. He sends one down the line and left fair for a base hit. Terrell will score, Nelson will get into third barely, and Lutz is into second with a 2-out double. A nice adjustment on that Cozart curveball. It broke in the inside part of the plate. Caught a little too much though, and Lutz did a nice job adjusting on it and sent it promptly down the line, and we have our first run of the ball game. And the lineup doesn't get any easier to face from here as Craig Ragland stands in. Ragland, a little tongue-twisting moment there. Stands in with 2 runners in scoring position, fouls off the first pitch. Here's number 47 from Cozart in the game, and it's a changeup. Actually, it's a cutter high. Aim high, aim high. It's 1-1. Sun is starting to set here at Marlins Park. And the 1-1 pitch is lined into right for a base hit. This is going to get Nelson home. They're waving Lutz around third, and he's going to score. And Craig Ragland has himself a 2-out RBI single. So the Brewers have put up 3 runs in the inning, all with 2 outs. You can never count out this offense, which can strike in a hurry. And the number 3 hitter, Ryan Braun, will stand in. Ragland with 2 more runs batted in on the season brings his total to 97 on the season. And Ryan Braun stands in and looks at a first pitch strike, 0-1. Can't have enough Badger Mutual Insurance runs on the board. It's fun to kick the shit out of any team that you face. 0-1 pitch is outside. That was a fastball from Cozart. He's got a scrunched face. He looks like he's kind of mad. And get over it, bitch. You suck. 1-1 with Ragland at first. And this pitch is hit in the air to right. Just got under that curveball, and there's Stanton to end the inning. But not before Milwaukee gets 3 runs on the board. And to the bottom of the 5th we go. It is 3-0 Milwaukee. Well, here's Justin Bohr. He struck out in his previous plate appearance. That was back in inning number 2. And this at-bat starts off similarly as pretty much every other at-bat in the ball game. It's 0-1. Everyone was fouled off. It's a strike no matter what. Nelson misses outside with the slider. Count even at 1. I think Marlins fans are getting a little antsy sitting and watching this snoozer. It's not that bad. It's 1-2 on board. That was a fastball that caught the low outside part of the plate, I would say. And here's pitch number 34, and it's a strikeout. Another one recorded from Jimmy Nelson, who comes into this start tied with Jake Arrieta of the Cubs for wins in the National League. Like I said at the start of this broadcast, just 2 no decisions all season long. Pitchers generally get 30 to 35 starts in a season. I wasn't even paying attention. I think this is Marcell Ozuna standing in. It is. He fouls the first pitch off. That was back behind the plate into the crowd. 0-1. Some bitch was on plenty of filth. That's a strike. That's a sinker. As you look at the ball to strike ratio on Nelson, just 2 balls thrown all ball game. That's incredible. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's hit weakly on the ground. Arcia will charge at second and make the play.
Now batting, catcher.
I'm not commenting on that line score. You can look at it yourself. We're at the halfway point in this ball game, and the Marlins backstop JT Realmuto will stand in. He struck out in his last plate appearance as well. It's a common theme. I don't know why, well, he sends that foul, 0-1. I don't know why it says the 2017 All-Star Game on the back when it's 2018. Get your shit together, Miami. 0-2. That one was fouled off the railing of the Brewers dugout. It's quickly 0-2 on JT Realmuto. I remember back last year he had a nice playoff game against us. That was a game that I broadcasted. Not this time, though. Strikes out on 3 pitches. Grabs some bench pitch. Through 5. It's 3-0 Brewers. Chris Bryant stands in. 0 for 2 in the game. He struck out back in inning number 5. And it's completely dark out here from Miami as Bryant sends it in the air to center field, and Yelich makes the catch at the wall. He slammed into the wall. That was a nice first pitch fastball, but Bryant did a nice job of turning around on it, and he almost sent it out. But as you take a look at the replay, Christian Yelich made a great adjustment on it, sacrificed his body, and made the catch for a 1-pitch out. That's how the 6th inning will get underway as Reichart stands in. He's 0 for 2. His batting average has improved just 1 point since coming over from the Yankees. 2-0, it's inside. When Tom Ha was traded, he was leading the majors in batting average. I think he still is. He was hitting at a .420 clip. Unheard of in this day and age. It's 2-1 on Reichart. That's a strike. The only thing I miss about Tom Ha is that handlebar mustache. It was incredible. It's 3-1 on Reichart as he takes a pitch low in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Real Muto. And the 3-1 pitch is lined into left field, and Ozuna barely has to move. He moved 1 step over to his left and just put that glove up, and the ball found it. Easy job for a multi-millionaire, overpaid asswipe. 2 up, 2 down here in the Milwaukee 6th as Will McBride stands in. That pitch is low. That's a curveball. I'm going to give a little recognition here. After the ball game, be sure to tune into the Joe Sterling and Jake from State Farm broadcast of Lego City Undercover. That game looks pretty gay, but they're broadcasting it, so check it out. Actually, the game is pretty gay. I know that for a fact. It's a ball and a strike on Will McBride. I'm not sure if anyone thinks, and I'm not sure I care. Well, he tapped one just in front of the pitcher's mound, and Jared Cozart came forward a couple steps to make the easy throw to first. To end the inning, 3 up, 3 down. To the bottom of inning number 6 we go. It is 3-0 Milwaukee. Andy Burns stands in. 0 for 1. Grounded out in his last plate appearance, and he starts his at-bat with a check swing strike. He went around anyways. Oh yeah, he definitely broke the plane. It would have been a strike regardless, so he was fucked either way. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him, and he looks at strike 2 on a slider. Just 42 pitches for Nelson here in inning number 6. That is unheard of. Here's the 0-2 to Burns, and it's a strike 3 called on a fastball that looked just a bit inside. But when you're pitching as well as Nelson has today, I think the umpire is going to give that edge to the pitcher. He did that time. Here's a shortstop, Adeiny Echeverria. And he looks at a strike. Coming into this at-bat, hitting just .219. 219! 6 home runs and 31 runs batted in as he sends that slider back. Foul, 0-2. That was by the Brewers dugout. Sign from McBride. He's telling him to go high in the strike zone, and he did. He tried to get Echeverria to chase. That's a rare ball thrown from Nelson. 1-2. Here it is. And Echeverria fouls it off. This is one of the longer at-bats in the ball game. It's hard to believe, and it's only been 4 pitches. 1-2 on Adeiny. Here's the pitch from Nelson, and he sends it in the air, shallow to right. Lutz charging, and he makes the catch. He had to get his hustle on there, and he adjusted to that fly ball nicely to range it in. 2 up, 2 down, and the Marlins are going to use a pinch hitter. So Cozart is done, and Avery Romero will grab a bat and pinch hit. And swing and a miss. It's a tough spot to come into in this game when Nelson has been pitching as well as advertised. It's 0-1, that's a slider. And it missed outside, back to even. Nelson has thrown 2 balls in this inning. Wow. How? I don't know. There's a strike. Couldn't even get the bat off his moorings. 1-2 on the pinch hitter Romero. McBride with the sign, and he tried to get Romero to chase. I was talking a little prematurely there. I thought he was going to chase after it, but he evens the count at 2. 2-2 count with 2 outs, and the base is empty. Here's the pitch from Nelson, and he struck out Romero. Another punch out, and that one will end the 6th. To the 7th we go. It is 3-0 Crew. Well, here's the line score so far in this ball game. I'm not going to say anything.
Your attention, please.
Ryan Webb will come in and pitch for Miami. Jared Cozart is done. He allowed 3 runs on 6 hits through 6 innings. Not a bad start, but his counterpart is pitching a hell of a lot better. Daryl Terrell will stand in. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Ryan Webb, a veteran pitcher out there, and it's hit on the ground to short, but Echeverria bobbles, and Terrell will be safe to lead off the inning. And I don't know how they're going to score that. It was a tough play for Echeverria. That might go as an error, though. He only made a step to his 1 step over to his left, and he bobbled it. And actually, the official scorer is going to go with a base hit. It could have went either way. Either way, Terrell is aboard, and the number 8 hitter, Arcia, will stand in. And look at a strike from Ryan Webb. In real life, he was in Brewer camp. He got released before the season, and Arcia will look at a slider or a sinker outside, and it is even at 1. 1-1 pitch, lined up the middle for a base hit. That was past Echeverria and into center field, and that's a little bit of, I don't know. I guess it's a little bit of bad luck. That's kind of an omen. You bobble a play on the ground to you that you should have made. The official scorer gave you the benefit of the doubt, and then on the very next at bat, the next hitter lines on right past you. James Jordy Nelson will stand in, and he's going to try to bunt the 2 runners over. There's nobody out, and bunted the first pitch foul. Webb works from the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch is popped foul behind home plate. It's 0-2. Nelson can't get the bunt down, it seems like. Corners are playing in for the Marlins, and Nelson tried to bunt at a pitch outside, and he missed it. And that's going to go as a strikeout, so he goes down on 3 pitches. A feeble effort at the plate, but it doesn't matter. Dusty Lutz will stand in. He's 3 for 3 with a double and 2 singles, and he has an RBI at this point. 2 runners on for Lutz as he looks at the slider for a strike. That was on the inside part of the plate. Terrell led off the inning with a base hit. Then Arcia followed 2 straight singles, and this is where we stand. And Lutz lines it into right field, and it's going to drop just in front of the glove of Stanton for a base hit. Runners will hold. Station-to-station baseball up to this point. Lutz just went with that fastball that was high and a little bit outside. I thought Stanton was going to go into a slide to try to make that catch, but it dropped just in front of his. And the bases are going to be loaded now for Craig Ragland, who in his previous at-bat had a 2-out, 2 RBI single. And it's the most dangerous hitter in the lineup right now. First pitch was a fastball over the middle of the plate, but Ragland was a little bit late. One had some sinking movement to it. Double play depth is in effect for Miami. That pitch is outside. It's 1-1 on Raglan. 1 out. Bases full of Brewers in a 3-0 game, and Webb does not want to lay one down the middle of the plate to him. He knows what he can do. Raglan is ahead of the count. It's 2-1. It's a good hitter's count. I think Webb is going to go with a fastball here. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Raglan sends one on the ground. That's in for a base hit into right. 1 run's going to score, and that's Terrell. More station-to-station baseball as Craig Raglan has his 3rd RBI of the ball game thanks to a 1-out single into right field. The second baseman was playing up the middle at double play depth, and Raglan made a nice adjustment, hitting where he ain't. If that was a normal defensive situation, that would have been an easy ground out to Gordon. But the bases remain loaded. It is now 4-0 Milwaukee here in the top of the 7th for Ryan Braun. And on the first pitch, he sends one in the air to right. Stanton ranging back. It's not going to carry. He makes the catch. The runner is going to tag and score, and that is Arcia. He just beats the throw. And it is now 5-0 Brewers.
Now batting, third baseman, Chris.
A lot of small ball played in this inning. Station-to-station baseball works in today's day and age. Chris Bryant is 0 for 3. His average has dipped to a paltry 384 thanks to that. And he's looking to get in on the action here. Ryan Webb has given up a couple of runs. And Bryant sends one high and deep to left, but it's going to be right at Ozuna. He has really scorched some balls deep into the outfield. But they have unfortunately caught the gloves of the Marlins defenders. The Brewers add 2 more runs. 7th inning stretch. It is 5-0 Crew.
Leading off for the Marlins.
D. Gordon will lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Marlins. And Jordy Nelson is obviously back out there. We know what's going on if you've been watching this broadcast or if you've taken a look at the line score. It's now 2-0 on Gordon. 2 consecutive pitches have missed inside. Just 55 pitches though so far for Nelson as he fires a strike over. That one caught a little too much to the plate, I thought. Considering what's on the line, I think he should be pitching towards the corners a little bit more. That was a fastball inside. A check swing got him. It is 2-2 on Gordon. That would have been a borderline strike either way. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And he gulps at that slider. That was a beautiful pitch. That one caught the corner too.
Now batting,
D. Gordon
fielder,
had no chance on that pitch. Well, Jimmy Nelson, he's been one of the better pitchers in the game this season. He is tied with Arrieta for the National League in wins, and he is tied for 2nd in the NL in shutouts. He has 3, so he has definitely been the workhorse in this rotation as Yelich stands in and hits the first pitch foul. That's near the camera well in right. A 1-1 on him. A 1 pitch is fouled off. Marlins are having a tough time adjusting to these pitches from Nelson. It is quickly 0-2. McBride is doing an outstanding job calling the game behind home plate. 0-2 pitch just misses. Tried to get Yelich to chase. That's something that McBride had troubles with last season when he first came up behind home plate. And he had a hard time calling games, but not tonight. As Yelich goes down, that's a backwards K.
fielder number 27.
That was a fastball inside, and even if he would have made contact with that, that would have been a broken bat and would not have felt good. 2 up, 2 down in the 7th. Giancarlo Stanton stands in with 2 down, and he looks at a strike. It is just dart after dart from James Jordy. Here's a sign from McBride, and the 0-1 pitch is a swing and a miss, 0-2. Nelson's confidence has to be through the roof. The Marlins fans' confidence has to be in the shitter. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Stanton, and it is low and inside. Ball and 2 strikes on Giancarlo. formerly Mike Stanton. Here's the sign and the 1-2 pitch, and that one just misses the outside corner, and it is 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Base is empty here in the 7th. Nelson winds and fires, and that one misses high and inside. So for the first time in this ball game, we have a full count on 3-2 with 2 down. Here it is, the pitch to Stanton, and it's inside, and Nelson loses the perfect game. Giancarlo Stanton draws a walk with 2 down. Nelson loses the perfect game, but you know what is still in effect. I'm not going to say it. Justin Bohr stands in with 2 down. And for the first time in this game, Nelson's going to work from the stretch and fire a strike. That's not the first time he's done that in this game. Stanton, the runner at first, via the 2-out walk. The only base runner in this game for Miami. And he lines one to third. A nice catch from Bryant. Keeps the you-know-what intact. 7 complete here in Miami. It is 5-0 Milwaukee.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Marlins, number 57.
Brian Morris will be the 3rd pitcher for the Marlins in this ball game. He's got the 8th inning, and his first challenger will be Jeff Reichart. He's 0 for 3.
Pretty boy Jefferson.
Pretty boy Jefferson, as they call him. It's good to see him back in a Brewer uniform. Played a short stint back in 2016. Pitches outside. Brewers drafted him that year. It's been an outstanding draft class so far, as Reichart looks at a strike. That's the same draft class where the Brewers took Craig Ragland, Dusty Lutz, the aforementioned Reichart, and a couple other productive players. 2-1 on Reichart as that pitch misses just low. He's got a ton of power, but he hasn't been hitting real well at the plate. But he's got plenty of time to turn it around. And he turned that fastball around, but swung at it way too early. Count evens at 2. 2-2 pitch from Morris, and it's inside on Reichart, and he works the count full. That's something that you don't see a whole lot of with this big power hitter. He's an all-or-nothing type player, a Rob Deere-esque type player. And the full count offering is a fastball in the air. This is to left center field. That's Yelich's ball. And he's got it a step or 2 shy of the warning track, and that's how the 8th inning will start.
The catcher, number 28,
Will McBride is 0 for 3. 10 hits in the game so far for the Milwaukee offense. 10 less hits from the Marlins up to this point. And McBride on the first pitch lines one to left. Good contact. That was a frozen rope right to Ozuna. Was positioned perfectly. And Brian Morris has the first 2 outs here in the 8th. For Darryl Terrell, who's had a nice game, he's 2 for 3. If you've been following along, the Brewers scored 3 runs back in inning number 6. And they scored 3 runs back in, what was it, the 4th inning? Something like that. And Terrell sends one in the air to left and foul. And, oh, look out here. There's a beach ball that has made its way into right field. There's the big juice bag. You know, when Stanton's up there at the plate, I bet that's what you think the baseball looks like, because he's a big fucking roid bag. Either way, it's 1-1 on Terrell. And the pitch is set foul, 1-2. That was into left field again. Having a hard time turning around on these Morris fastballs. And that was a waste pitch right there. Evens the count at 2. Deuce is wild, 2-2 with 2 outs. Pitch to Terrell is lined foul again. This has been a tough at-bat here for Morris. Nice job from Terrell to hang in there. Here it is. We'll do it again on 2-2. It's a check swing. The pitch was low, and the appeal to first is he did not go around. Home plate umpire said he checked his swing. No arguing with it. Count is full. From the stretch, here's a 3-2 pitch from Morris, and Terrell feebly hits it on the ground to third on a hop. That was to Burns, who made the play. 7.5 complete here from Miami. It is 5-0 Milwaukee. All right, we're back here from Marlins Park. This good old-fashioned shithole, as Marcell Ozuna will lead off the bottom of the 8th for Miami. And look at the strike. Jimmy Nelson has been pitching almost perfectly today. That's all I'm going to say. It is 0-1 on Ozuna, and it's another feeble swing by a Marlins hitter. Chase that slider outside. It is 0-2. 0-2 on Ozuna. Here's the pitch from Nelson, and he sends it foul down the right field line. The fans are up. They want to see something happen here. They want to see the Marlins offense finally wake up. The 0-2 pitch. Got him on the inside corner, strike 3. A beautiful pitch from Jordy Nelson. He is near the top of the league in almost every pitching category this year. Tied for first with his teammate Strasburg and Johnny Cueto of the Giants for complete games with 4. That is just something you don't see a whole lot of in today's day and age. Real Muto stands in and fouls the first pitch off, chasing out of the zone to get a piece of that one. It is 0-1 on the Marlins backstop. And that pitch misses outside. It's even. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 down here in the 8th. Here's the pitch from Nelson. And it's on the ground to Reichart at first, who fires to Nelson, and he covers the bag. 2 up, 2 down here in the 8th.
Third baseman, number 1, Andy Burns.
He got jammed on that inside pitch and hit it right on the ground to Jeffrey Reichart. I think he prematurely fired over to Nelson a little bit. He really had to hustle to get over there, but he did it in time. You know he's completely focused on there, or out there on the mound, considering what is at stake. Andy Burns stands in. He's got an 0 for, like every other hitter in this Marlins lineup. It is 1-0 on him. 1-0 pitch is a sinker, swing and a miss inside, 1-1. Fans are up. They're getting into it now. That was an outstanding sinker. He's got every single pitch in his arsenal on point. It's going exactly where he wants it. That's a late breaking slider, a very tough pitch to get a hold of. 1-2, and Burns fouled it off. Signed from McBride. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Burns, and it just misses inside. That was a fastball. 2-2. Nelson on the mound. McBride with the sign. Base is empty here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Burns, and it misses outside. Tried to get him to chase the slider. Count is full for the 2nd time in this ball game. 82 pitches so far for Jimmy. Here's the sign and the 3-2 pitch to Burns, and he struck him out swinging, and we are through 8. To the 9th we go. It is still 5-0 Brewers. Nelson jumps off the mound and sprints towards the dugout.
Leading off for the Brewers,
It is the 8, 9, and 1 spot due up in the 9th inning here for the Crew. They are up 5-0. But there is something much more important at stake in the bottom half. Arcia stands in and looks at a strike, 0-1, and he sends the 0-1 pitch into center for a base hit. A leadoff single for Orlando Arcia.
the pitcher, number
That's his
15.
2nd hit of the game. And Jimmy Nelson stands in. He has been the star of the game up to this point. All eyes are on him. This is a sacrifice situation. And he gets the bunt down the third base line. Andy Burns was waiting for it, and it's a successful sacrifice as Orlando moves up 90 feet to second. And the lineup turns over for the 5th time, and Dusty Lutz is having himself a heck of a ball game as well. He's 4 for 4 with 3 singles. That was a 5-3 putout on the previous sacrifice. And on the first pitch, Lutz grounds one to third. That was a little chopper to Burns, and he makes the play quickly. 2 up and 2 down here in the Brewer 9th.
Center fielder number 7,
Craig Ragland stands in. He's been the key cog in this Brewers offense. 3 runs batted in up to this point as he looks at a strike. Orlando Arcia, the runner at second. There's the 0-1 pitch, and Ragland gets under one to left. There's Ozuna. And that concludes matters in the top of the 9th. History on the line here in Miami. All the baseball nation is tuning in. 5-0 Brewers. Adeiny Echeverria will stand in. He is 0 for 2. It's the bottom half of the Marlins lineup set to face Jimmy Nelson here in the bottom of the 9th. And the first pitch to Echeverria is a strike. Marlins fans are up. 0-1 on Echeverria, and it's tapped foul. Quickly 0-2. A poised Jimmy Nelson knows what's at stake. So does the catcher McBride. He's done an outstanding job calling this game, and the 0-2 pitch just misses high. A ball and 2 strikes on Adeiny Echeverria, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Nelson, and he got him swinging on the curveball. 1 down, and the 25th consecutive out recorded in this game. Nelson pulled the curveball out of his pocket. It's a pitch he hasn't gone to a lot in this game. A number 9 hitter will be a pinch hitter. It's Logan Morrison grabbing a bat and coming in with a lot at stake. Just 87 pitches here through 8 1/3, and the first pitch is fouled away. The last time the Brewers were in this scenario, it was in 1987 in Baltimore with Juan Nieves. That's all I'm saying. That pitch misses outside, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And 1 down here in the 9th, and the 90th pitch of the night is a strike, and it's 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes on the Marlins pinch hitter, Logan Morrison. Nelson from the windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he taps it foul, back by his own dugout. Staying alive, it's 1-2. Here's the sign and the pitch to Morrison, and he sends it foul again. Tough at bat here. Enormous pressure from both sides. 1-2, here it is. We'll do it again, and it just misses outside a sinker. In the last inning or two, Jimmy Nelson has really been trying to force these Marlins hitters to chase outside. He's had pinpoint accuracy all game long. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and it's rolled foul down the first baseline. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 2-2 pitch again, and it misses outside. D. Gordon, the next hitter. And the top of the lineup due next. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full on Morrison. And here's the 3-2 pitch, and he sends it foul again. A long battle here with 1 down here in the 9th. Nelson Works again with the count full. Here's the 3-2, and Morrison sends it in the air to center. There's Craig Ragland. 2 down. 26 up and 26 down. Well, actually, that's not true because Stanton walked, but... Well, actually, it is true, but whatever. I'm getting excited here. Nelson's getting tired. Does he have enough strength to get the final out? 27 up, 27 down. Let's see. D. Gordon standing in with 2 down, and he looks at a strike, and Nelson's 2 pitches away. Oh and 1 on Gordon. Here's the windup, and here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's inside. Count is even. 1 and 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Enormous pressure on Nelson. Here's number 100 of the ball game, and it's inside. 2 and 1. Looked like the umpire was pinching him a little bit on that call. 2 balls and a strike with 2 down, and the pitch to Gordon is low. It's 3 and 1. Nelson's already lost the perfect game. Well, he's not afraid to go out of the zone to try and get Gordon to chase. 3 and 1 on him. Here's pitch number 102 to Gordon, and he misses horribly, and that is Nelson's 2nd walk.
Now batting, center fielder,
Christian Yelich will stand in. He's 0 for 3, and he is the number 2 hitter in the Marlins lineup. So the Marlins have had only 2 base runners in the game via 2 Nelson walks. Nelson doesn't care about the runner at first. He's working from the stretch for the 2nd time tonight. Here's the first pitch to Yelich, and he fires a strike in there, 0-1. And once again, he is 2 pitches away. This is so nerve-wracking. From the sign, here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's outside. 1 and 1. I can't crack any jokes right now, guys. There's no one watching, but they're missing a good one. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Yelich. Swing and a miss. He's a strike away. A fastball inside. It's been Nelson's bread and butter pitch all game long. 1 and 2 on Nelson. 1 pitch away. He works from the stretch. Here it is. And he struck him out. He's done it. The 2nd no-hitter in Milwaukee Brewers franchise history. Juan Nieves back in 1987, and Jimmy Nelson 31 years later. He does it here on a shitty night in Miami. Jimmy Nelson has just thrown the 2nd no-hitter in Milwaukee Brewer history. He strikes out Christian Yelich on a high inside fastball in what has been a masterful performance. The best performance all season long, and the best pitching performance in 31 years. Well, you know who's the player of the game. It's Jimmy Nelson. He threw the no-hitter. I went the entire broadcast without saying it. I don't even know what to say right now. I was not expecting this, guys. What a first game back to broadcast. 14 strikeouts on top of it, 2 walks, but who cares? No runs, no hits. 14 strikeouts and 2 walks. Wow. Final score here from Miami. The Milwaukee Brewers are victorious thanks to the 2nd no-hitter in Milwaukee Brewers history. 5-0. It's an easy line score tonight. For the victorious Brewers, 5 runs on 11 hits and no errors. And for the Marlins, no runs on no hits and no errors. Dusty Lutz was 4 for 5 with 3 singles, a double, and a run batted in. Craig Ragland was 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Darryl Terrell and Orlando Arcia were both 2 for 4. Jimmy Nelson improves to 14-3 on the season. Jared Kozart gets the loss. He drops to 6-3. And once again, Jimmy Nelson throws a no-hitter. The first time since 1987 a Milwaukee Brewer pitcher has done so. Alright, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Good night, and good luck.